Alrighty. Well, back with another review. I I have a lot of things to say about this show. First off, it's complete garbage. Characters are bad. There's no character development or just anything, remotely unique or complex about these characters. They're just cardboard cutouts. The villains are bad just because they're bad. Um, and one of the main things, so it already doesn't have like any plot progression or story. The pacing is bad, right? And one of the main things that like irked me, I think it was like around episode 9 or 8 out of 12 episodes. This show decided, "Hey, let's introduce power scaling." Now for okay, wait, no. Before I even get into that, episode 1 or episode 2. So you're telling me that this guy right here, or just any, they call them Twilights. They're supposed to be supernatural, quote unquote, superhuman people, right? Are killing these people with knives and swords. And the people that they're killing are people with guns. Guns. It just doesn't make sense, and it's just like, okay, well, okay, in typical anime fashion, okay, I guess I can kind of buy it. Okay, but how are they doing these things? Where did this supernatural abilities come from? They didn't touch upon that. They didn't explain that at all. It's just like, and then this is the thing that irks me the most. So like I said, like around episode 9, I realized that power scaling exists, right? Because you got, or not even on later, not even that late into the episodes. I think it was like in episode 4 where they revealed like, okay, you have a Twilight D and a Twilight C and A and B, right? In terms of ranking. Why would they even do power scaling? First of all, there's no strategy to the fights, which is A. Hence power scaling, because power scale, like I said, power scaling ruins everything. If you're just if you're a class higher, like if you're an A class, you're just shitting on every class. There's no strategy. You're just stronger than them just because. I mean, I like I said, if you like this show, and don't get me wrong, I used to like this when I was younger. I'm giving it a rewatch. I gave it a rewatch, and it's just not good. I don't see how people can say this is good. Now I commented on a video. Let's see my comment. I'll read it out loud. Um, and it's just like I and I put some thought into this comment. I kind of just said it off the bat, off my head, top of my head. But man, boy, oh boy. Okay, so like I said, this show is so convoluted and full of tropes and tries so hard to be something it's not. It tries to add these, it tries to, you know, go into its characters, make them all sad and tragic, and it's just like, and then it tries to be a romance, like not even a romance, but like it just tries to add those elements, and it's like, okay, that's fine, but it just doesn't do anything right. It tries to be something that it's not. It couldn't just, like I said, this show should have just focused on the mafia slash assassin, because assassin falls into like the mafia category. It should have just focused on that, but it didn't add anything original. The Twilights are stupid. The power scaling is stupid. If you're a class, like I say, if you're a class A, you're just shitting on a class B just because. There's no strategy. It isn't. Oh, I outplayed this guy. No, you're just stronger than them. Your ability. And then the thing is, like I said, it doesn't even explain how these people got these supernatural abilities. It doesn't explain why people with swords are beating people with guns. What, like, in what world? In what world? I had, see, I went in with low expectations, but I still hoped. I was hoping that the show would be decent, just a decent show. Because like I said, go just before even watching this or rewatching this, I was like, this is probably just a popcorn anime. It's short, and even if it was like 20 episodes. First of all, it's the like I said, the pacing's bad. It was completely rushed. They tried to do everything in one episode at the end, and nothing in the show was explained. But it was. I felt like, okay, give it 20 episodes. It's just one of those popcorn type of anime you just watch when you're bored. You have nothing else to watch, and it's not that I don't have. I have a lot of stuff in my queue. It's just I just didn't feel like watching. Like I said, I just got done rewatching Phantom for Requiem, some other shows. I was rewatching a few episodes of Welcome to the NHK, but I don't. Sometimes I don't have time for just making my brain work and thinking and paying attention a lot. So I came in this anime just to you know just to watch and chill, right? But like I said, not all seinen series are good. This is one of the worst seinen series out there. The fights are shonen. But anyways, let me continue on with this message. So like I said, this show is so convoluted and full of tropes and tries so hard to be something it's not. I tried I tried to give it a chance because of nostalgia, but oh boy, after rewatching, I am disappointed. This is why it's good to rewatch things, especially as you mature as an audience, and when you are at the age to understand things more. When you're at the okay. But man, this show gave me a headache. I'll continue to indulge in I'll just saying like, okay, I'll continue to indulge in better shows. But anyways, I mean, I don't know why, like, it's like the author tried to step out of his realm and do stuff that he just couldn't do. He's not a competent author. And it's just like, oh my god, the characters are so bad. Like I said, um there's just not a good, the only bearable character, the only I guess you could say decent character. She doesn't really have character development because she's a supporting character. She's like a side character. But the only like character that I can deal with because she's not fucking annoying is Gina. That's it. She's like kind of like a dyke character, but she's actually decent. She's at least, like I said, she's not obnoxious, so that's like the only character I can really kind of deal with. But then again, this show is just complete garbage. I mean, oh boy, if you just want something to watch and just popcorn with, and you're just eating. Let's say you're with your girl, maybe you're horny if anything. It's just those hours. But I mean, just I guess watch this. Then again, this show is complete trash. Also, they drew this fucking bimbo like character with just obnoxious, and you'll understand if you watch the show. She has the most obnoxious tits. Um, it's like that's the only thing the author knows how to do is just draw, illustrate. That's all he knows how to do. Drew curves on her ass every time I saw her in a dress. You could see everything. It was so obvious. But anyways, the point is, it's like, come on. And also, yeah, let's just say I'm attracted to this character because you know, I like my brown females. I'm attracted to females that pretty much look like her IRL. Now, I'm not into like super big tits and whatever, but that's besides the point. Strictly, I rewatch this anime because of nostalgia and just because honestly of that you know this bimbo type of character. But anyways, she's a complete bimbo. This show is garbage. The characters are trash. I mean, there are just no likable characters. The dialogue is terrible. It's just filled with useless dialogue. And that's another thing. People like to say, "Oh, dude, come on, man, come on." You know, they think that dialogue. So like you know how anime just isn't like progressing story wise, but people are just talking just because they're talking and they think that's plot. They think that's plot progression. That has nothing to do with the plot. Just because there's a lot of talking, that doesn't mean the plot is good. I mean, what a joke, you guys. It's just this, and then I've seen like, okay, I was reading some reviews because like after. you know, I was like, okay, this show is complete trash, is boring, is disappointing, all of the above, the cardboard cutouts and everything. I was like, okay, let me read and watch some reviews. It this After the reviews, there are some reviews that I was like, okay, they actually agree because they can see what I'm seeing, right? And this is not subjective. This is completely objective. When I'm everything I'm saying is completely objective. If you disagree, you're just a moron. But anyways, you know, it just goes to show that people these days do not have any good taste whatsoever. They have bad taste. They don't have an inch of good taste. It goes to show. It really does. Because they think this is an actual quality show. Now, like I said, I like this show strictly because of nostalgia, but it's not good. It's not. Um, Highest rating that I could give, just because out of the love of my heart, a 4. But if I had to be real with myself, about a 2 or a 3. This show is that bad. Um, it just, oh boy, man. I mean, like I said, if you just want a show that you don't have to pay attention to and you just want to watch, just watch this. They try and make everything super mysterious with the dialogue and super like, okay, well, it's pretty complex, but it's not. It isn't. It's just trying to be something it's not. Same with Attack on Titan. It happened in shows like Attack on Titan, Code Geass. I could name a few. Death Note. They try and act so smart when they're not. It just You're not smart for liking these shows. Um, but anyways, I do appreciate this show because the creators of Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, and so on, even Michiko to Hachin, um, they made this show, right? But which is another that's like the main reason why I rewatched the show, because I was like, okay, well, I like Samurai Champloo, I like Michiko to Hachin. I do not like Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop, only watched it because of nostalgia. But I do not like Cowboy Bebop. It's episodic garbage. It's complete trash. Plot hole infested. You know, story. Just the plot doesn't even progress. It's just laughs and gags and fan service, and they tried to make Spike this tragic character. And like I said, tragedy does not mean good. He has no character development. His backstory was completely convoluted and trash, and he isn't a good character. No character in Cowboy Bebop has character development. One thing I'll say, and also I will give my review on Michiko to Hachin maybe next. But one thing, and I've had people question me on this. They're like, "Oh, Michiko's this. It's just a 7. It's just an 8." I gave it an 8 because, or a 7, because I can actually. This is the thing. A show doesn't have to be super deep and complex for me to like it. It just has to at least send a message. At least Michiko, okay, something stuck with me. It's like I matured when I was watching it, and I was like, at the time, I used to be like on I guess you could say a spiritual journey in terms of religion. I'm not really religious. I don't have, but anyways, that's besides the point. I saw things and I was like, okay, this kind of resonates with me at the time, right? But I took something that resonated with me, and it's not only that. It was like, okay, it's actually a kind of a beautiful story in a way. But you got Michiko and her daughter, and they're going around on an adventure, and it's just a fun show. It can be boring at times. I will admit it can be boring, but it's worth the watch. Like if you want to, just a sweet adventure. But man, oh man, this show is complete garbage. It just has nothing to offer, nothing unique or original. I was reading one of the reviews that pretty much agree with me, like I said, and he was like, the author couldn't think of anything, you know, original in terms of these supernatural guys, right? These guys doing all this supernatural stuff. So instead of vampires, he thought of Twilights. I mean, what a joke. And then called them tags. I mean, this show is a joke. But anyways, like I said, nothing is explained in this show. This review honestly shouldn't even be 14 minutes long, but I had to go in on some other anime. But this This show doesn't even deserve the max that it deserves for a review, like for an actual review, for my thoughts, is 5 minutes. There's nothing complex about this story. There's nothing good. Um, just watch it if you're bored. Otherwise, do not waste your time. Please do not watch this. Um, More reviews coming soon. Catch you later.